What is up, YouTube? It's your boy, SmackNPie here. Welcome to part 5, ladies and gentlemen, of our Q&A recap series. One of the longest things I've done. It's crazy. Like, we're only barely part 5. This is something I would usually complete in 5 days, but it's been going on for so I like to apologize. You are not going to see this kind of laziness and inconsistency from me ever again. Hopefully. I can't even promise that. But without wasting more time, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about Malak. So, now last time when we left, we talked about Malak and his generals. So we're going to continue that part, right? So some of Malak's generals interact with each other. Like we talked about the 4 main generals, Mama Bear, Puppet King, Dark Star, and Joy Kill, right? So they talk to each other. They do interact with each other. It actually is relevant to the story and character development. The big goal of chapter 5 is how big this world is, right? And how all these characters and their stories are connected, right? They know each other. They know about each other. So Doug will witness other characters and their relationship, like their relationship between each other. Feeling will be much more alive, right? Chapter 5 will add that much needed, like emotional stuff, much needed, like heart and soul of making the story and lore heavy. Pop out, like character development. It's going to be there. Whether it is Puppet King, interacting with Darkstar, we don't know. Whether it be Mama Bear interacting with, freaking Frog with the link like Joy Kill, we don't know. But they're going to interact. How? We don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see. Speaking of which, Malak generals are all execution. We talked about this in the Super Deception, video, the card video, right? But it was also revealed that, but Mama Bear's, it is unescapable. There's only one entry. No way out. Right? Now, you might want to ask, what are you smoking? So, I just mentioned there are 4 executioners, right? Malak 4 generals, right? You can beat them. They're crazy, smart, strong, and whatnot. But for Mama Bear, once Malak sends you to her, there's only one entry, and we've seen that. If you actually remember in Chapter 4 in Barely Buried, we only enter from one portal, and we escape from the same pathway. That is literally the only path that is used to enter and exit. So, yeah. That's what I'm talking about, unescapable. One-way entry, bro. Us, Duke Hauser, we did that, bro. We did that. Malak only sends those whom he wants disposed of quickly to Mama Bear. Hence, she's deemed the executioner. Lucky on the other hand, Lucky on the other hand is a wild card. He goes off script, follows his own. We've seen that. So he's not reliable in terms of that to Malak, in Malak's eyes, that is. And for him, he's a gamble, right? And we're going to learn more about Puppet King and Darkstar in Chapter 5. So Malak doesn't really rely too much on these suckers. We'll learn why, but the only thing that is left, or the only character that is left, is Mama Bear. And, there's something going on over there. I don't want to mention it before, but there's something definitely freaky fruck going on over there between Mama Bear and Malak. We're not going to talk about it. Like, sometimes you just have to sit and wonder, where the freak all these trigger teddies coming from? What? That is crazy. Let's move on to the next one. It was also revealed that it is unsurprising the amount of information we're getting on Mama Bear today, but Mama Bear is a shapeshifter. It is explored a little bit more in Chapter 5. So yes, Mama Bear is actually returning, and not just returning. She's actually got a role to play. And since she works with the kids, I just mentioned trigger daddies, she has like childlike impression for things. It's her style. So we're going to see her perspective on things. And from outside perspective, it might look a little bit eggy. What are you talking about? Are you good? You're a Mama Bear. You're one of generals. And then you would wonder, because she's like, I got to hand it to Malak. He, say whatever you want him. He preys on these suckers' weaknesses and uses them as his own strength. What? That is crazy to me. Well played, Malak. Which is why it's going to be more satisfying when we beat him. All his schemes, all his long-term planning goes down in puddle, in mud. What? Down in the drain, in the sewers, in New York sewers, to be exact, for Teenage Mutant Ninja. I'm going off script. I don't know. It was also revealed that some Malak employees enjoy working with him. As opposed to some other suckers, some don't. So there's a whole human corporation, which we'll learn more about in Chapter 5. There's a lot of story related to Malak, which is why when we get books, it's going to be crazy. We'll learn more about him. It was also revealed that generals do command lower-ranked demons, but they have their own stuff, right? They do hold some authority over other demons, right? However, the main employer is still Malak, and they answer to him. If whatever these generals are commanding down the order to other demons, it must be in line to the whole plan that Malak has. Like Matron, she's huge. Titan Watchers, he's huge, but they don't qualify for generals. Why? Because Titan Watcher, he doesn't have a mind. He just wildly swings at you, throws his axe, so he's pre-programmed. Same thing goes for Matron. You would think that out of all, Matron would be the one amongst the generals, but no, these generals, they should have intelligence. Matron and Titan Watcher, they do not. Matron also all that fat, right? Sure, she's huge, but intelligence, she do not possess that. It was also revealed that generals are equal in terms of, strength, weakness, and all that other stuff, and Malak keep them in check. Any of them can take down Malak. Now, you might be wondering, okay, if they have intelligence and all that stuff, why don't, they just take down Malak and, take the whole empire to themselves? They all serve, sure. Some of them love Malak, some of them love Rocky, like you just mentioned, but some of them hate Malak. They have grudges. More on this is actually mentioned in chapter 5. So these are the kind of things that makes me excited. It was also revealed a tiny detail from Mama Bear. This is her episode. By the way, this video is just dedicated to her. The amount of stuff that we're learning from her, for her, about her. Vince revealed that Mama Bear does not like the fact that Malak doesn't visit her and the kids enough. Bro, I told you. I'm not smoking anything. I'm not making this up out of my butt. There's a reason, bro. And you know what? Malak, the fact that this is a case, Malak uses that fact. And bro, I'm telling you. The final 2 point we're going to mention is that Malak handles everything himself. He's a strategist, right? He's controlling. He does get things done. Like we just mentioned in there, like, why can't these, generals and these demons just take over, defeat Malak and take over? That's why, bro. He lets Agatha do things she wants, right? Because there's a father-daughter relationship right there. I never touch upon that. I will in the coming future, but around chapter 5 release. But there's definitely things going on. Psychologically, he plays people really well, right? He uses others as enforcers, right? It gets the job done. So he doesn't get involved in the field. Like, he doesn't get his hands dirty. He does get under, but he doesn't get his hands dirty, right? So we'll see more about that related to Darkstar. And I'm telling you, bro, Agatha and Darkstar, they need to have a scene together, just a dialogue or two. It will be phenomenal. It will be like, again, I'm mentioning Arcane because this is the most recent thing I watched. Imagine Vi and freaking Jinx, their story just, oh man, come on, you know the appeal is there, you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for this video. Very, very important one in my humble personal opinion, and a big one for Mama Bear, because she's returning, and not just returning, she's returning with this big lore, just like her son. Let's not fat shame, because I'm getting fat as well. I need to work out a little bit. Anyways, 100k subscribers more. I'll see you in the next one for part 6.